Hello.
Oh! This is morning.
Yes. Last time on Higurashi, no one mentioned politics.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure we bleeped it out in the edit. If we didn't, then go
Blame
do that.
the editors.
Go do that, Felix. I mean, editors, the production crew.
Yes,
not
our
us.
production crew.
Yeah, which we have. Mm-hmm.
Pay them a healthy salary.
Yeah. Of nickels and, I mean, mostly naive hope and dreams, but you know. It's something.
I mean, that's what people pay interns on. So
yeah, and exposure.
I guess that is authentic payment in the modern world.
I'm down for that.
Wow, here we go, having not spoken about politics, straight into speaking about politics.
That's a different type of politics, okay?
We've done it, everyone. Congratulations. We've ruined the show.
Shout out to capitalism. Okay. We have fun here. Look. We just have to remember this is a fun show that we have fun times in and nothing goes wrong. Right, Renner?
Yes.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be
fun.
Fantastic.
You know what? I hear if you say it's going to be fun. If you like click your heels 3 times and say there's no place like home, you'll end up at home. That's what I hear.
Is that how you say that?
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
You didn't click your heels.
Hold on. That's me clicking my heels.
Thank you. Thank you. There we go.
There you go. Click the heels. And now we're home. In your home. I don't know why I'm in your home,
We're
but not my own home. Why can't I be in my home?
What? Because you don't have a lovely recording setup like I do.
It's true. I should get one of those. I do have a mic, though. It's quite nice.
It is. We sometimes use it.
The
one problem that I do have here is that there isn't enough soft material on the walls, so we get a nice big echo.
Yeah. That just adds, like, poignancy and grandeur to our voices, right?
No, it just makes it sound bad.
Okay, well, you don't have to be so harsh to the walls, Felix.
I sometimes consider opening, like, the cupboards behind us so that the cloth inside can, like, absorb some of the reflections.
Physics is weird.
Physics isn't weird, dude. It makes perfect sense.
You just throw cloth over everything and you can sound real good.
You know, I recently rediscovered a channel, Minute Physics. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's basically, it's like, you know, bite-sized to medium-length physics videos, all hand-drawn, typically described around random analogies, like the amount of energy that you could, the number of cats that you could feed into a black hole to power France or something like that.
How many is it? Do you know? Is it like 20 billion?
It wasn't many.
Is that because like black holes produce a lot of energy?
They are, to quote said channel, unreasonably efficient.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, physics is great. I enjoy physics.
It's too bad that like time stops when you get in the middle of a black hole or something, so all that energy's never going to leave. Is that how that works?
I don't think that's how that works.
That's how that works, where time stops.
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
I mean,
that's what Science-Gate taught me.
I mean, it's...
When you reach the event horizon and time stops.
It's kind of like that, but it also doesn't really matter because you'd be spaghettified.
It's true.
Which we have spoken about on the show before.
You would, in fact, be jellified. Shout out to Steins;Gate. Have you seen Steins;Gate?
I have not seen Steins;Gate.
Oh my God! We have to get a gel banana. We have to find one.
I've been, as I've mentioned on previous video, I've been busy watching the Studio Dean version of Fate.
Yes, has it improved?
It's garbage.
Good.
I hate it.
But the twist is great, though, right? You know that twist about Archer, that one.
Which twist about?
The one about Archer that's in the Fate Stay Night like route in the VN.
Oh, in Fate Stay Night Fate.
Yeah.
Or however the fans say it.
Fate Stay Night. Fate Stay Night. That's how they say it in the like opening.
Yeah.
Remember when they tried to stick 3 different stories into one anime that was already trying to cram like way too much into one anime, and it wasn't very good? We got some good memes.
I don't even mind that so much. Like, it's bad, and I hate that.
Yay!
But it's really annoying to me that in a story that is so focused on fighting and action,
here we go.
There are no fight scenes.
It's true.
There are fight pictures.
Dean might have some problems with animation. Have I shown you the Higurashi anime yet? Have I shown you Shion's horse face?
The thing is,
the second arc, dude, it's amazing.
I didn't realize
there's some really bad ones from Sumire Roshi.
Like
but spoilers,
so many of the things that I'd seen mocked in anime were all the same studio.
They're all Dean! It's so strange. They have so many good properties too. Like they have Fate and Higurashi and Umineko, and they just can't animate. I don't understand what happened.
It's impressive, really.
It is. They have so much credibility in the industry apparently, but none with the fans because they just take these really popular things and get a ton of money off of that because they're really popular, and then it's just nothing. I don't know. It's weird. That said, I still, Higurashi Anime is okay, guys. Don't hate on it too hard.
It's probably pretty bad.
This is your line.
Oh, is that what we've been waiting on?
Yes.
Sorry, I was just dwelling on how bad.
See, here's the thing.
Fate Stay Night anime
What's good is that if you dwell all of your hatred on Fate Stay Night, then you won't point it at Renna.
Oh, it's too late.
What do you mean?
It's like, you know how you have like an ice cube tray?
What?
And like you can fill up the ice cube tray, and if you tip it a little bit, then the water like goes between the different compartments.
Yes.
But it's still like in the ice cube tray.
Yes.
Like that's what's happening.
You're
right
saying
now.
that Renna and Fate Stay Night are two ice cube tray parts?
In the ice cube tray of things that I hate.
Yeah.
You know, Renna and Fate Stay Night are like right next to each other. So if I tilt
one or the other,
they're still like right next to each other and filling each other up.
So you're basically saying that you hate Renna inversely to how much you hate Fate Stay Night at any given moment.
No, because they have like little channels where the water can go between. So like depending, so like if I get too angry with Renna and Fate Stay Night, then they're uniform.
Okay.
But if I'm only slightly angry, then it's inverse.
I see.
It
sounds way too complicated. Physics is weird. If only we could have a YouTube channel with weird animations that could explain this to me.
We've come full circle, and I'm very proud of it.
Hey, we did it!
That was brilliant. We didn't plan any of that, and we still did it.
We don't need a script.
Good morning, Renna!
Good morning!
You're late today.
Oh no, you're
You also
late!
smell like a garbage heap.
You're just as early today, Keiichi-kun.
You're just as early today, Keiichi-kun.
You just smell like trash today, Keiichi-kun.
I'm not trying to put aside the fact I'm always late, but it feels good to defeat you once in a while.
Oh, I slept in this morning.
I don't believe that.
I slept in. I couldn't sleep last night.
Oh, you too? Same here. I'm still feeling absolutely lovely. It took me a long time to go to sleep.
That's because you got too many of them tiramisu cakes with coffee in them.
That's the one.
Too much caffeine, couldn't go to sleep.
Did you have some tiramisu cake?
I did.
Coffee in them? Why not?
What? Because the only thing I've done today is go to work and record this show. I haven't had time to have cakes.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow will be a happy day when we'll have tiramisu cake.
Are you saying that today isn't a happy day? You're saying that you don't enjoy recording the show?
I enjoy recording the show.
Pulling back the curtain here, finds out Ben hates us.
That's the true revelation of the Sumiho Roboshi arc. It's not like my deepest, darkest fears and desires. It's that I actually hate being here. That's it. That's the one.
I'd believe it.
I
he
wouldn't.
looks angry the entire
what?
time.
No, I don't. I'm smiling.
All of this laughter is canned. He just carries the speaker around with him and he presses the button.
This is the thing that I learned long time ago.
What's that?
You can hear a smile.
That's true.
You can hear a smile. That's why I had to keep smiling. I can't stop smiling.
You can hear people's faces, everyone.
I believe it. You can see them and face them.
Yesterday, I had a lot of fun with my friends and went home still riding that high. I was too full to eat dinner. I kept talking to my parents about the great time I had over the past few days. I was so pumped up that I couldn't go to sleep. Kinda sounds like I'm a little kid. But given that Renna seemed to be the same way, I felt better about it. No, I felt better isn't the right way of phrasing it. I should say I am glad to know that we shared the same feeling. Renna went treasure hunting after I left. I'm sure she found many adorable things, went home, and talked with her parents about how great the day was. I see. He's done a sneaky on us. He's put the plural of parent in there.
Yeah, her parents that she has in that loving home that she has.
Yes.
Hey, Mi-chan. Good morning. What are you trying to figure who it is?
Yes.
Oh, finally.
What do you mean, finally? I've been confused many times.
I know. I just make more of a big deal out of it.
You're here. Better watch out for the pigs falling from the sky.
But I mean, I assume it has to be Keiichi because
like it sounds like something.
But yeah, I know.
Oh, you're here early. Better watch out for the pigs falling from the sky.
Hey, we got it.
We did it. No point.
We get a point. We get a point for that, right? Yeah, we get a point.
You want to take a point?
I'll take a point.
All right. I guess. I know I usually have to make you wait for me, but do you really have to say it like that?
Keiichi-kun was unusually early this morning. Today is full of miracles.
I get it, because...
What? You can't say that! You can't! The people will know! No! Cut that! Bleep that!
Okay, we'll cut that.
We'll cut that. Deploy it quick! You can't do that! Felix, we're supposed to be professionals here!
Okay, we're moving on.
Okay, thank you! I just want to make sure my views are respected and heard.
It's going to be another happy day today. I had fun the day before yesterday. I had fun yesterday, so I'm going to have fun today for sure, and tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow, and tomorrow when the war began.
What?
I'm happy, and Leon is happy too.
What is this, a recurring theme now?
Of course, Renner and my other friends are equally happy.
Are you saying we get invaded by an unnamed Eastern power?
Hold on, that's more detail than the story gave it.
Is it?
I think.
You have to cut that?
Well...
Oh, yeah, they didn't actually say which nation it was, but it was implied that it was, like, some kind of Eastern power.
Well, if it's the day after tomorrow, and tomorrow when the war began, and Edge of Tomorrow, and...
Yes. The Edge of Tomorrow.
I'm trying to think of other movies with the word...
Tomorrowland. I don't know. I know that's a movie.
We gotta combine... Can someone do, like, a mashup of all the themes of those, and just tell us what happens tomorrow in Hinamizawa when all of those movies get mashed up?
Yeah, dude.
What is that day like for the club?
Renner could direct that movie.
Best,
What are you doing? What are you creating?
I don't know. I hadn't thought about this in advance, but I want to give prize out. I want to give a prize out for
we
this.
don't have any prizes. I mean, a Steam key for something?
Fuck it. Yeah, you know what?
Let's do a Minigroshi Steam key, right?
We will buy you Kikonia.
Kikonia? We have the budget for that? We don't know what that's gonna cost! You crazy?
We will buy you Kikonia.
Alright, let's do it! Person makes the best mashup. We'll give you Kikonia. We'll give you Ryukus' baby.
Full disclosure, Ben can enter, and I'm judging. But Ben won't ever win if I'm judging.
I will enter.
If I'm judging.
I'll make the most beautiful thing you've ever seen.
I'm not afraid to say it, and I wish these happy days would last forever. Hey, Mion, what are we playing today?
It's fucking school day, Keiichi. We're doing work.
What? Oh, you mean like a school day? Okay. I thought you meant School Days the anime. That's a bad time. We don't want to play that one.
What, for club? I don't know yet. Rennie, do you have any ideas?
Nice boat. Let's see. We've been playing athletic games for the past few days, so I say something not too athletic.
You're right. It's a very good point. Our club is not only about athletic performance, is it?
Of course not. Our club members have to have brains, skill, and brawn to boot. So why don't we play some tabletop games today?
I brought my Dungeons and Dragons.
Everybody was early this morning. We could enjoy our work, the dungeon.
Keep that in!
Keep that in.
Oh my god. Look, Keiichi would make the best fucking...
Dungeon Master?
I was going to say Bard, but he is Dungeon Master too. I mean...
He seems like the kind of Dungeon Master that would play a Bard in his own campaign.
That's a fair point. I feel like Mion should be Dungeon Master though. She's trying to keep control of the situation, but also defeat everyone.
Keiichi's going to take over, try to run a one-shot, and it's going to go terribly.
Mion is the kind of Dungeon Master like, there's a Tarrasque on the table, level 1's good luck. How do you defeat the Tarrasque?
That's true.
And they'd win somehow, and it'd be fucking glorious.
After a while, we started talking about the upcoming festival. They told me the festival is called Watanagashi, and that's the biggest event of the year in Hinamizawa.
What is that?
I don't know.
I've never heard of that in my life.
I've never heard of that in your life either.
Explain to us what Watanagashi is.
Yesterday, my relatives gathered at my house in Akademiya, and they started talking about you, Kei-chan.
What, me?
What, you?
What do the great people of the Sanazaki family talk about?
Well, my uncle Yashiro is the store manager of Angel Mort, and he saw your performance yesterday. He really likes you now. So I started asking the others if they had ever heard of you, and I found out that most of them did. I said, you're famous in Hinamizawa.
Famous? Doesn't sound like they meant it in a good way. I'm probably more infamous to them because of the punishments you made me do.
It's not only that. They said that you blend in well, that you're full of energy, and that you're a little bit reckless. They said it's rare for a young man in this era to have all those qualities. They're very impressed with you.
Some kind of spy.
I felt a bit embarrassed to know that the people I haven't even met were inflating my ego that much.
So they want you to do something at the Watanagashi Festival. You like to draw people's attention, don't you?
Hey, don't assume things and don't decide anything without me. Don't you know I'm a quiet, lonely guy who loves to be alone?
It's true, Keiichi. That's why we had that scene with you in the dumpster.
Lonely guy. You mean Cherry Boy, don't you?
What's a Cherry Boy? Oh, Keiichi-kun, what does Cherry Boy mean?
Whoa, stop talking about nasty things. Ladies, don't talk about things like that.
It's true. Ladies like Renna.
We really were still feeling the after effects of yesterday. Mion and I made a lot of noises, teasing each other on the way to school. Renna watched us and laughed happily. Sadako and Rika-chan were already there when we arrived at school. They were also full of energy. Domino-kun and Nakamura-kun were too. From that I can tell they also had a good time yesterday. Everybody has been having a good time, really, in Amasawa. Everybody is happy.
Having a good time. Having a good time.
Da, 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 da. But it hasn't been a year yet since I moved here, but...
We're not continuing that.
Oh, what is it?
I'm just glad that I moved here.
Oh, dear.
What's wrong, Keicha? You're being sentimental. Yeah, geez, how dare you do that?
Stop having emotions. You're a man. You gotta put it away.
Fucking twat.
Put your emotions away. Wow. I understand. I understand exactly how you feel. You feel like everything is perfect, that you've become happy since you moved to Hinamizawa. I think this village has some kind of power to make people feel that way. Would you like me to tell you about our Lord and Savior, Oshiro-sama?
Hey!
What?
Are you happy, Rena?
Yes, I'm happy every day here in Hinamizawa.
Yeah, me too.
With no problems.
Hey, don't leave this old man out in the cold. I want to be happy as well.
You saying that Mion isn't happy? I'd never say that.
It's not like any of the past arc or anything went into any kind of emotional trauma.
She doesn't have any problems. She loves her sister unconditionally. There's no problems in the past there.
So lowly of the best arc, Mayakashi.
Oh my god. Why would you do this to me, Felix?
The sky was clear and the thin clouds were pure white. The cry of the bends was telling me that Mayakashi was not the best arc earlier than usual.
It's true.
But Tanagashi is just around the corner. And I'm sure we'll have great fun at the festival, too.
Only we get at least halfway through the arc before we start that.
There will be more and more fun days to come, I'm sure of it. Summer is just around the corner.
I feel like crack building up between us.
I see. It's a metaphor for Rena's family life.
That's the one. It's the crack, and it's like when they had the family tree,
pictures.
And they like cut the line between two people.
We've not seen these before.
And the family tree burns, and it's like this big dramatic moment.
That's an old one.
Oh. That one's less exciting. That one's alright.
It's got a bridge.
It's the bridge that Keiichi fell off that one time. Or, was pushed off.
It's another new picture. Did he go back for this?
I mean, I assume so, unless he just had a bunch lying around, but it was in Japan.
That's a lot of new pictures. Oh my god.
It's not like he had to travel the world and go to, to whatever that place was that's in Kikonia. The one with the stalks.
I don't know. I'm just trying to fill the airtime while this transition plays.
Transition! That's the one.
We did it.
We made it through the transition.
The school finally drove all the way out to the highway.
And that what?
What?
The last class of the day was finally over, meaning that it was time for club activities. I was sure it would be fun. I had my paladin all rolled up and ready to go. I couldn't wait.
Shout out to all of you who don't play D&D.
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
Just don't have a clue. For reference, let me just quickly explain this joke. Ben's a fucking nerd.
We're all fucking nerds. You're my dungeon master for years.
Well, yeah, but I can't, say that openly. It tarnishes my reputation.
Well, I'll say it. Felix is a fucking nerd.
Okay, there you go. That's fine. I can accept it. I just can't say it.
I mean, same. But then Michan received a call and told us something would come up, but she had to go, so we didn't have a club meeting today.
Classic Mion.
Classic arc structure. I mean, Mion.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Oh my god. Is it because she knows at this point? He must.
It's your line, Ben.
I finished it. We didn't have a club meeting today.
Oh my god.
I finished it.
I was so distracted by Obi-Wan.
This is what happens.
Obi-Wan Sasaki. Obi-Wan Ozaki.
This is what happens.
That's Obi-Wan Ozaki.
This is what happens when we have 3 episodes in a row.
It's Obi-Son Ozaki. What am I on about? I'm a fucking idiot.
This is what happens when we record 3 episodes in a row, you madman. You have done this to me. The third one where we get nothing done, or was the third one we go ham? The second one we go ham. The burnt out. That's the one. Oh my god. Emotions, personal feelings.
It's the one. It's one where we fucking
do nothing, and then we go ham, and then we get nothing done.
No, and then we're burnt out.
We're burnt out.
Come on. You can't be that burnt
out.
You don't remember how you feel. It's fucking unbelievable.
Dude,
this is unbelievable.
It's my line. Tusk. I was really looking forward to it.
I've already forgotten what we're looking forward to.
There was nothing I could do. Dungeons and Dragons, I was going to play my paladin.
Oh, shit,
I was going to play an Oath of the Ancients. It was going to be great. Pet all the cute animals. There was nothing I could do, but I could at least share with Keiichi-kun on the way home. It'll be fun.
But then Keiichi became psychotic and started running thinking that I was attacking him with a cleaver.
No, he would never do that. He's such a good boy. Keiichi-kun sometimes says mean things. like, I'm gonna kill with this bat, but he's very funny.
He never said that. He just did it. He's a man of action.
I mean,
not
fair
words.
enough. There are a few cuts in there. There are a few cuts. The magician of action. That's true. That's his alter ego. When I chat with him, my depression goes away.
That's like the internal monologue when he's crazy is the magician of actions, and when he's regular, it's the magician of words.
Look, we need to calm down because shit's happening on screen. Ships are happening. Okay.
Wasting my time.
Shh. Wait. What did I just say?
I actually don't know. I don't remember. What did you say?
She said she was depressed.
Oh, okay.
She said she was depressed.
Okay, let's go.
Am I depressed? I have so much fun every day, and I'm as happy as I can be. What do I have to be depressed about? Well, it was obvious. Because of Rena-san, my father is happy now. Before he met her, he was like a lamp in broad daylight.
Are we just casually throwing out upon the sewage drain that perhaps Rena was the one who dismembered Rena at the start of Arc 3?
I don't know that that's what... I don't think that's what's being said.
I don't think that's what
it is. Because she was found with, like, nails through her fingers. Unless Rena, what nagged her.
Well, I mean, she is friends with the successor of the Sonozaki family. It's perfectly plausible.
It's fine. But let's read the arc
before
we think that Rena's been killing Rena in every arc.
Before we got too far along.
Honestly, he was like the living dead. But after he met Rena-san, he started to smile like he used to when he was living with my mother. He enjoyed talking with her and started going out with her. We could probably say they went on dates. Now he looks 10 or 20 years younger. Rena-san gets along with my father very well, and she's very kind to me too. There's actually no reason for me to hate her.
That's dubious.
But the bitter memories of my parents' divorce and my many regrets were gradually eating away at my heart. Was it okay to accept that woman? Rena-san might be the same as how Uncle Akihito turned out to be. Is she the enemy who takes my happiness away with her very existence, with or without bad intentions? Am I going to sit around until everything collapses again? Should I fight the enemy before it's too late? Rena-san comes to my house a little too obviously. Since my father started letting her stay the night, many of her belongings have turned up in the house. My father and I don't smoke, but there's an ashtray in the living room. The futon in our guest room is hers now. In the bathroom there's a toothbrush and shampoo I'd never choose to buy. I started to feel awkward about those things, and that's when I started noticing it at the front door when I came home from school. Her perfume. I asked my father once if he was thinking about getting married to Rena-san. He looked a little embarrassed, perplexed, and confused. He told me, not yet. He knew I was hurt by the divorce. That's probably why he couldn't admit that he wanted to remarry. That's why I said, not yet. He'd consider it, but not while I was still living with him. That's what he meant, I guess. There's only one reason why I don't want him to get remarried to Rena-san. I feel offended that my sanctum, my family, is being invaded. I might be being selfish, though. I know keeping my father to myself means keeping him miserable like he was before he met Rena-san. He has a life to live too. It's his right to heal from the pain of the divorce and to live, to find his new love. He wouldn't have had to go through that painful life if I prevented the divorce from happening in the first place. He has a right to a happy new life that lets him forget the pain he never deserved, and I don't have any right to stop him. In fact, I have an obligation to try to return his happiness to him. I have to pay for my sin and my inability to prevent his divorce. Then what should I do to make both of us happy? It wouldn't be that difficult. All I'd need to do would be to give my silent approval of their relationship. My father tells me he won't get remarried while we live together. That means I should stop leading my family, be strong, and live on my own as soon as I can. Although that doesn't mean I can tell him not to go out with her until that day. Rena-san comes to our house to see him despite her busy schedule, and she even stays the night whenever her shifts permit. They're adults. I have no right to say anything against that. That's why I chose to give my silent approval to their relationship, and tried to see her as little as I could. I get along with Rena-san on the surface. I know my father would have a hard time keeping face if we didn't, but it's a very exhausting and painful thing to get along with a person I don't really like. So, Whenever Rena-san comes over, I spend as much time as possible outside, then head home late. Each club activities are the most convenient things to do to kill time, but there are some days when we don't have a club meeting. On those days, I while away my time with the garbage dump hunting for treasure alone. And that's how I started to make my secret hideout. My father can do whatever he wants with Rena-san at home. I don't have to see them together. I can spend my time peacefully in my hideout. I sometimes feel depressed about my life. I sometimes want to talk to somebody about it, but nothing will change. Even if I talk to somebody, this is all I can really do. The most important thing for me should be to overcome the sadness of losing my family as fast as I could, and to regain my own happiness. I have so much fun every day. I'm happy every day. Even on the way home, Keiichi-kun was talking about funny things that made him laugh. My feeling gloomy in spite of that was kind of rude. My father should be happy. I should be happy. I just feel sad because I still can't separate from my father. Compared to the unexpectedness of the divorce, Rena-san's invasion is a very slow process. I think Rena-san understands how I feel. She treats me very kindly, but she doesn't do more than that. I think she understands that I'd feel uncomfortable if she did. I respect Rika-chan because she's strong even without her parents. Compared to the pain of losing both her parents unexpectedly, my problems lie nothing. I respect Sadako-chan's toughness too. She also lost her parents and was forced to live a painful life under her uncle and aunt. Compared to her cruel treatment she had to go through, my relationship with Rena-san is a blessed one. And that's not worthy of note. I kept feeling anxious, but that's just because I'm still immature and because I feel like I'm not ready to separate from my father. I have to be strong like Rika-chan and Sadako-chan. I have to try my best to be happy. I'm going to live with all my might in order to regain the peace of mind that I lost that day. My assumption that I'm not happy is just a mistake. I should appreciate the wonderful days I spent with my wonderful friends. Just by realizing that I'm happy, the world shines so brightly.
You know, I was just thinking that...
Yeah, go for it.
Because obviously Rena was first introduced to this story as Teppei's side piece, right?
Rena, yeah.
Yeah. So, is the angle that we're playing at here that she's two-timing Rena's father? Or that...
Rena, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or that she's moved over to Rena's father after Teppei?
I don't know.
Because, like, I feel like obviously we have to, you know, disrupt that at some point, given the time we're spending on it. But, like...
The angle.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, Rena, like... God. I feel like there's so much, like, unpacked from that scene. How, like, one of the most confronting things about her, like, literally from Arc 1, is when she's like, Keiichi, quit fucking lying to me.
Yeah.
And she's so clearly, like, lying to herself, or trying to avoid, like, you know, she's saying, you know, it's all my fault, and it's okay, all I had to do is just move on with it. I'm not upset, you know, if I just don't confront them, if I give them my silent approval, if I don't say anything to Father and Rena, I just go sit out in the trash, everything will be fine. Fuck! Like... It's crazy.
It's a very strange, like, parallel.
Yeah.
Especially considering the way that it was presented in earlier arcs, too.
Yep.
Is this me or is this you?
I don't know. It's probably Keiichi because, like, snapping her out of a monologue.
Listen, it was just...
Oh. You know what?
He appeared on screen, and I want points.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take 1 point for each listen.
Sure.
2 points.
Yeah, that's the alternate read, I guess, that we're going with, if this is Rena, is that she's, like, still talking even when she's having these thoughts.
Yeah.
Which is also very realistic. Yeah. Listen, it was just so cute, so I screamed, I'm taking it home with me!
I bet you did. You're an expert at making the most out of every day.
I am, aren't I? I feel very fortunate to have a wonderful life, and wonderful friends, and wonderful everything, and nothing's wrong. How could I be unhappy?
Ah, you're right. In Amazawa, nobody becomes unhappy. Everybody stays happy. Right until they end up gassed on the riverbed while everyone in the town's dying. Hinamizawa is free from misfortunes.
Hinamizawa is just a very happy place. He should have stopped right there, but he just kept going.
I'm jealous of you, Rena. I wish I could be an idiotic optimist like you.
Oh, God, no. The pain. Rena, no, I love you, please. Fuck.
Carry on.
How? It sounds like you're insulting me, but if that's what I need to make every day wonderful, I wouldn't mind. Would I? I don't have any worries. I feel like I do, but that's just because I'm immature and still want my father's attention. Come on. Say the magical words. It'll cheer you up. Oh.
Huh?
It didn't make sense to say it now, but I was going to say it anyway because this is my magical phrase that always cheers me up. Oh, Star, I'm taking it home with me.
What's wrong with you? That's so like you, but still.
That's right. This is me, Rena. I'm not Rena. Rena still wants her parents' attention. Rena is a goofy and carefree girl. She knows that every day is full of happiness, and she has the kind heart to appreciate it too. I should forget about icky things. I should live a wonderful life, free of anything icky. Icky starts with I, and that's why I got rid of that I in Rena. I'm Rena. I'm going to recapture the happiness I lost when I left in Amazawa. I will overcome any pain and hardship. I can be happy because I got rid of icky things. I'm sure there are only incredible things waiting for me. Oh, incredible sides of that too.
Damn. Can't believe language has let me down like this.
I was almost home, and when my house appeared, I noticed something different there. There was a truck parked in front of my house. There was nothing on the back of it, but I can tell it brought something here because I saw some cardboard boxes. What happened there? Because I saw some cardboard boxes, blankets, and ropes on the ground. From the front of the house, I heard voices of two young men saying,
"Well, we'll be going now."
Thank you. Thank you, Felix. Young men. They passed me by as I walked towards the front door. They were wearing some kind of work uniforms. They looked like delivery people. My father was about to close the door when he noticed me. Hey, I'm home. What's going on? So I guess, do you want to take this as like a stand-in voice, or do you want me to just keep going? How do you feel? How are you
feeling? I wasn't expecting him to recur as often.
He's not going to be in here very much. I don't know. Do you want to take it, or...?
Sure, let me think of a voice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I know I said I would never do it because apparently it shatters glass, but I guess I'm gonna do my best version of your version of a southern accent.
Is that what we're doing here? Are you gonna try it?
Boy, howdy am I?
Oh my god! This is gonna ruin seeds! I'm so excited!
Oh, Raina.
Because of Raina!
I have a surprise for you.
That's not good. My father looked to be in a good mood. I didn't know why I was, but whenever he smiled like that, I just wanted to smile back at him.
I already regret this decision.
His eyes used to look like those of a dead fish, no matter how hard I tried to smile at him.
That's the only line I have this entire
I don't know that that's true. You definitely have to become more. You gotta learn to speak faster. There's a trick to it. But these days, he can put on a big smile just to surprise me. He has been literally coming back to life since a year ago when we moved back to Hinamizawa. Is that foreshadowing? Is he coming back to life? No. No, since he started rating... No.
I wasn't technically incorrect.
Rating?
Yeah.
He started rating Rina-san?
Technically correct.
He started rating her! Alright, he started dating Rina-san. When I see him smile like this, I'm happy, but at the same time, I feel confused because I don't know whether I should thank Rina-san or not.
I get it, because Rina has only Aya because she's just icky.
It's true.
Very clever word game.
There is actually a more interesting word game going on the Japanese side of things, where like the character that's taken out of Reina literally means like disgusting. Yeah, it's good fun times. It's Ryukishi with his word games.
Classic.
Yeah.
This is me, I'm assuming.
I assume so.
Looks good, doesn't it?
He took me to the living room. He was probably expecting me to go all oh and ah, so whether there was something in the living room or not, I was ready to go ooh and ah for him.
Holy shit, he brought the entirety of Shion's apartment!
Shion's here too! Shion, what are you doing here?
Apparently I'm the one ruining scenes.
Well, what is this? What did you do? I tried to sound excited and surprised. He was standing behind me, probably smiling with satisfaction at hearing my excited voice. I, on the other hand, was desperately trying to understand what was going on. For a moment, I thought I was in someone else's house. You see, the living room had been completely redecorated. The furniture we had was all basically from the former house in Ibaraki, and my parents bought most of the furniture when they got married, so it was all old and a little dirty. Some of them still had crayon scribbles I drew when I was very little. But all that was gone. Literally, this is just Shion's apartment. What the fuck? Everything in the living room would turn a pastel color, looking very sophisticated, like the rooms you'd see in soap operas. The new carpet looked very tropical.
Stop.
What?
Did he just call Mayakashi a soap opera?
Yes. I agree. Big agree on that one. If there's one term I'd use to describe Mayakashi, it's a soap opera. Come on, guys. And tropical, apparently. The new carpet looked very tropical. The new curtains matched with the carpet. The new sofa looked very expensive. The living room in general looked like a resort hotel. The channel switcher for old TV was broken and we used to have to use pliers to change channels, but it was gone too, replaced by a new one with a big screen.
Is this like 1980s big or like actually big?
I assume it's 1980s big. It's not that big, but like probably got color.
Like this big, probably.
Probably, yeah, big as mine, yeah. The room's lights had also been replaced by nicer looking ones. The living room looked like a totally different world under the new fluorescent lights. This looks great, Dad. What made you do this?
I did it to get a fresh start. It's been a year since we moved here. I thought it was time for me to reboot and finally start a new life.
Kawabata! I suggested redecorate the house once in order to cheer him up because he was still in pain after the divorce, but he wasn't interested at the time. He didn't want to get rid of the old furniture he had chosen my mother because he still couldn't get over her, even though she really broke up with him. I wanted to suggest it again when the time was right. I never thought he'd do it on his own initiative. I agree. It was a good idea. This beautiful living room makes me feel refreshed. I love it.
I knew you would. Randy, you've always wanted to have a rocking chair, didn't you? I haven't set it up yet, but look, I got it for you.
Oh, Dad, thank you. This is mine, right?
Hey, it's for everybody.
I understand, but I'm not going to get off the chair once I sit on it. My father explained the details of this redecoration proudly. He told me that he only did the living room this time, but he's going to redecorate all of the rooms. He sure had become more active. There were some parts about the redecoration I didn't like, but I still thought it was great because it made him happy. It's the only thing that matters. I found the old furniture outside in the yard. Are you going to throw them away?
Yeah, I think we should. Delivery company is coming later to pick them up.
Getting rid of the old furniture means putting an end to my mother. I hated the furniture because it smelled like my mother, and I tried to break everything once. I understand why my father wants to take this opportunity to get rid of them, but for some reason this new living room makes me feel like I no longer belonged here. My father didn't choose the new furniture. Rina-san probably did. Most likely my father and Rina-san decided to redecorate the living room and went to a furniture store to buy everything. I tried to think positively. The reason why my father didn't tell me about the redecoration was because he wanted to surprise me. No, my father never really considers things that deeply. So I suppose he didn't tell me because he just didn't think he needed to tell me. I'm sure he didn't redecorate the living room to make me feel like I was no longer welcome. Don't be negative, Reno. Don't be negative. My father didn't have any bad intentions. He doesn't want to get rid of me. He doesn't think I'm the reason he can't get remarried. And yet, why did I feel sad looking at the old furniture in the yard? Why'd I feel like I didn't belong? I realized the reason right away. That reason was me. To him, wanting to have a fresh start by getting rid of the things that reminded my mother might be an indication of his unconscious desire to get rid of her daughter. My father doesn't really consider things deeply, so he might not be thinking that I'm the reason he can't get remarried, but he understands that he can't get remarried while we live together. By staying with him, I'm torturing my father. It was my fault that he had to get a divorce. That's why I had to support him to help recapture that happiness. I couldn't just keep him all to myself. I'd have to start thinking about living on my own. I don't need to go to university. I should think about getting a job. But who would hire an uneducated girl like me? Even if someone did hire me, I wouldn't be able to earn enough money to live on my own. Maybe I should think about working at a hostess club like Rena San does. People only choose the jobs they can. A girl like me doesn't have a lot of choices. Not a lot of companies would hire me or pay the amount of money that I'd need to live on my own. But, come to think of it, where is the place where I belong? Whenever I end up feeling like this, I miss my secret hideout in the trash piles. I love to get under my blanket and feel the warmth of a cold night. Hideout gets hot and humid during the day and very cold at night. It's not a comfortable place to spend time in, but it might be the place where I can relax the most, more than I can in my house. No. I shouldn't think like this. I shouldn't think that my house has been invaded by Rena San. I should thank her for making my father happy. Rena San isn't trying to keep me out of the house. She's trying to get along with me. But I'm not opening my heart to her. I'm the bad one. And I'm blessed. Said Shakira and his aunt didn't get along at all, and she abused him for a long time. Compared to him, my situation's a lot easier. Sadako-chan and Rika-chan lost their parents, and they live together now. They've been through very hard times. On the other hand, I still live with my father. I should feel blessed. I shouldn't think I'm unhappy just because of these things. I am happy. I am blessed. The trouble with me is that I still can't admit that I'm happy. My father kept talking proudly about the redecoration. I nodded at him with a big smile and let him keep at it.
Oh, I almost forgot. Raina, can I ask you a favor?
Sure. What is it?
I ordered 2 jackets from the clothing store. It seems like they came in today. I have to help the delivery company pick up the furniture, so can you go get the jackets for me?
Sure. Which store is it? I wonder what kind of jackets you got. I can't wait to see them. No matter what they look like, I'm sure Rena-san picked them out for him. Though I don't mind going. I'd rather go to the store than listen to his stories about the redecoration of our living room. I got the receipt, asked him where the store is, changed my clothes, and left the house. I started pedaling my bicycle and looked at the old furniture in the yard for the last time. They used to be the object of my hatred, but for some reason they now made me feel sentimental. Is it because I still regret I lost my mother, even though I hate her? I couldn't let poisonous emotions take over my heart. I understand that in my mind, but I just couldn't get rid of that feeling. The old furniture wasn't the only stuff that was kicked out of the house. There was also a lot of junk that I brought home from the landfill. My father was probably going to throw that away too. He doesn't like the junk I collect. He'll probably let the delivery company take it all together with the old furniture. So like an animal that rubs its scent on its home in order to feel secure, I collected all the junk in order to make sure that I could stay here. No, that's not it. I wanted to bring them to my house because they were abandoned by their former owners, and they needed a place to live. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
So, her dad is a particularly good dad.
How
you feeling, Felix?
I don't know. It's like... Once again, it's like another one of those scenes that I very much cannot connect with, but I can look at and think about and go like, this makes sense. This is like how someone might feel in this scenario. I don't know, like... I guess the whole thing of her keeping junk as like a way for her to, mark her scent makes sense. And I like the way that she's kind of inferring or like putting an extra emotion onto the old furniture that she used to hate. Because like, it's the way your brain justifies these things, even if it doesn't make like sense. You'll just 100%. Be like, oh yeah, I was doing this thing for this reason and now I'm upset about it.
Yeah.
Like, and that doesn't mean that that's not a real feeling, but that's still the way that most people's head works, right?
In my mind, the thing that's like undercurrenting that scene, of course, is that like, you know, Rena's like, man, if my father can throw all this old stuff away, like she mentions that they even have a remote that they have to use pliers to get to work. Like, why has that not been thrown out sooner? It's this, you know, it's this lack of initiative, this lack of ability to like move on from the past. And that feels very much what Rena is kind of feeling there. Like, I don't know. It's hard to kind of pass my brain. Like, she sees that junk and she says, well, my father's moved on from that, so I guess he's moved on from my mother. Like, am I next? It's kind of the feeling that I get from that. I also really appreciate her like mindset that she's struggling with. Because again, this is something I struggled with. This idea that it is that other people have problems too. She says that, you know, Rika and Sadako-chan, they have it much worse than me. Therefore, I shouldn't worry about my problems. I feel like that subjectivity there, that lack of like, I don't know, like awareness, I suppose. Like, it's a completely like irrational feeling, but it's something that is so like human, and that feeling that you have bad things happen to you, but you say, well, because someone else had something worse happen to them, that my like feelings of injustice or my feeling like I don't know how to deal with this situation are invalid. You know, if they can cope with not having a family at all, then I should be fine with a broken one. I don't know, like that feels incredibly like I feel incredibly empathetic towards that position of like,
yeah, no, that's definitely a very I feel a very common thing is that like you know, one of the ways that people seek comfort in tough scenarios is by trying to make it seem like their problem isn't there as much, so that they can go like, oh, you know, things aren't actually that bad. But that doesn't mean that there's no problem.
It's also like, in some ways, it's an excuse to not deal with the problem.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, that's definitely how I feel about it. Saying, well, I mean, it's not that bad. It couldn't get worse. Or like, it's not affecting me poorly. I'm just, you know, talking to myself in the mirror, or I'm self-harming, or thinking about self-harm, or whatever the situation might be for you. You justify these things and you say, like, either I deserve this, or, you know, someone else has it worse. You know, there are people starving in third world countries. There's, you know, wars that have happened. People have been in a war. I have never been in a war. Therefore, like, this is nothing.
You can scale it infinitely effectively.
Essentially, yeah.
I think the other interesting thing there is that, like, the difficulty of seeing a problem from the inside versus the outside. Like, when you're on the inside struggling with something, it's much harder to give yourself a fair perspective than it is when you're looking at someone else going through the same situation.
It is. And then you have that feeling of, if I tell someone else about it, will they justify it? Will they agree with what I've been saying?
Yeah.
That's, like, something that I definitely struggle with. I still struggle with like, so it's about self-worth, and it's about having something that you don't know how to deal with, but society tells you that you shouldn't have to. I don't want to get too political, but like, having feelings in public, being a man with emotions, is something that is like not societally normative.
I feel like that's on the change.
I agree.
Which is a good thing.
Yes, I agree with that. But like, that's definitely something that I struggle with a lot.
I do agree.
So, and that's something that this is why I love Sumi Horiboshi, because we explore those issues. We explore these issues of like not asking someone for help because, well, they have it worse than me. I shouldn't bother them, or like, I don't need help. This isn't as bad as what somebody else has. So I don't deserve that help.
Yeah.
I think that that's something that Rena's very much struggling with here, and it's something that like grabs at my heart and says, "Fucking, this is a problem." Yeah, I don't know. It's not an easy fix, because it's a problem that's inside of you. It's something that is entirely internal. It's something that you cry yourself to sleep tonight, or you think about it, you toss and turn, and you're trying to figure out this problem, but because you're the only one thinking about it, you can only have the same dialogue so many times.
Yeah.
And it's something I was kind of thinking about, because back to literary criticism, but like accessibility versus like relating to this text, you could make a pretty good argument that we've just been going over like, God, I suck, like over and over again. Yeah. But I think that's the point that Ryukushi's making here, is that this is pervasive. This is something that you go over and over again about, like for months or years, suffering from, I don't know, chronic depression. Boy, that would suck if somebody had that. Yeah, like dealing with that sort of thing is incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
Like, and even seeking help is a difficult thing, and knowing when you're free from something like this is a difficult thing. And it's only a question you can answer when you are like free from these negative thoughts, right? But yeah. I just want Reddit to be happy.
It's all right. Maybe we'll get there, and maybe people won't die along the way.
I'm sure they will. Yeah.
Next time.
Next time.